Welcome to the Zeeyu educational series. To help us learn more about the Zeeyu advocacy on health and wellness, we would like to introduce to you Dr. Homer Lim, the Chief Scientific Officer of Zeeyu.
Hi, I'm Dr. Homer Lim, the Chief Scientific Officer of Zeeyu. Our goal here at Zeeyu is to help achieve your dreams by helping others. One of the most impactful ways to help our family and friends is by educating them how to improve their health. Here at Zeeyu, our commitment is to offer innovative natural health products, and these products can help address some of the more common health issues we are all encountering today. So let's get started. Detoxification, and why do we need it? So, what are toxins first? Toxins are anything that can cause the body, the mind, or even your emotions to function abnormally or actually stop the body from functioning completely. Okay, so there are many toxins now registered. As you could see, there's almost more than 85,000 chemicals registered at the World Health Organization that is deemed as toxic. So as our civilization has been being industrialized, so is our exposure to these toxic waste. And what's bad about these toxins is they do not only cause harm, they eventually might cause death and cancer, which are very significant, especially now that the toxins in the environment has not been decreasing since the beginning of its being tracked by our health agencies. So where do we get the toxins? Pretty much everywhere. It's from your air, your soil, the water sources, even the very ground wherein you plant your crops. So the plant can also absorb these toxins and actually be ingested. So where do we get these toxins? How do we absorb them? It's through our skin. Okay, so when you apply those soaps, those shampoos, everything that has chemicals in them, like your lotion, so you have to be aware that you can absorb these toxins through the skin, of course orally, anything you put in your mouth, from your toothpaste down to your drinks as well as food. We have to be aware of them because they do contain a lot of toxins. And of course, airways, we breathe the air that is polluted most of the time from heavy metals. And of course, lastly, you might get toxins through injections. Okay, so what happens with the toxins when we absorb it through the air, water, soil, or when it's injected? What will our bodies do? Specifically, our liver will actually start to process it, making it non-toxic. Okay, so it's really the primary function of this is our liver. And what happens when the body tries to make it non-toxic? Then it will try to push the toxins through your colon or your skin or through your lungs or through your kidneys. So you pee it out or you poop it out or you breathe it out. So sometimes you can also sweat it out. So there are toxins that are easily removed, especially those heavy metals. However, toxins that are what we call petrochemicals or lipid soluble, they are much harder and much more difficult to remove. Why is that? What happens to the toxins when you are unable to remove them properly, or when your liver or your organs of detoxifications are not able to handle the toxins? So you could see there, it will be stored in your fats, in your bones, in your organs, and in your muscles. So you could see here, the most difficult thing here is how to remove toxins from the bones. Usually these toxins are your heavy metals, your mercury, your lead, your arsenic, your aluminum. These are stored in the bones. How about in the fats? You store the petrochemical toxins. It could be your fertilizers, your pesticides, anything that is fat soluble, the plastics that you intake. Those have we call them microplastics, especially those you drink from water bottles, they contain a lot of microplastics, and these are actually absorbed into your fats because the body doesn't know how to remove them. So it's very, very important to understand that in people who are on the heavy side, who have lots of visceral fats, subcutaneous fats, those fats do contain a lot of pollution as well. Okay, so very important to understand your fats, your bones, your organs, your muscle will eventually be overloaded with toxins if your body is not able to handle them. As I said, if you cannot excrete them, what will happen? Your body will have to suffer. Why? Then your organs will start to deteriorate, your sugar. So that's why a lot of people with toxic load would have high blood sugar. Some of them have high cholesterol. Later on, they will have high blood pressure because their kidneys are starting to decrease in function. So when the body is unable to remove the toxins, the cells eventually become weak and die, and of course the organ function will eventually suffer, and in the long run death will happen because your organs cannot function properly anymore. So what can we do? How do we solve this? We have to do what we call detoxification, or remove the toxins. So one of the easiest ways to remove them is by fasting. Fasting is actually drinking water or juices, or on a soup fast. I would not recommend a water fasting because you might lose minerals. So I would suggest at least a juice fast or using soups. So fasting increases the excretion of these toxins. Okay, another way is, as you can see, saunas as well as lymphatic drainage, because one of the ways to remove toxins is through the skin, and part of the skin is actually the lymphatic system. Any way that you can sweat, those exercises, jumping rope, trampoline exercise, they're very, very good in draining your lymphatic system. Okay, there's also oral supplementation, herbs, teas that can actually help push toxins out of the body faster. And of course, there's another way, what we call colon cleansing, wherein people actually do enemas or colon drainage or colon cleansing, wherein we try to remove as much toxins from the intestinal tract, helping the liver remove the load of too much toxins in the body. And of course, lastly, we have what we call IV therapies. These are intravenous therapies done in clinics, wherein you do chelation. Chelation is removal of heavy metals through the use of either EDTA, DMSO, DMSA. These are more specialized. You need a medical consult and a specialist doctor who knows about removing toxins and heavy metals. Okay, so what happens when you are doing a detox? Let's say you are on a fast. What happens to the body? It will try to push as much toxin out of the body. However, some people, when they do detoxification, they start to have headaches, they start to have tiredness, weakness, body aches. Some of them even have difficulty in getting out of bed. Some of them have severe nausea and vomiting. So it's really very important when you do some form of detox, you have to rest, let the body do its work. Try not to do too much activity when you are doing detoxification. So if you're going to do detoxification, I would suggest at least minimum 1 week. You can go as long as 3 weeks, to some people can do even 30 days. But in the beginning, I would suggest at least try a 4 to 5 day fast, or a 4 to 5 day fasting using small amounts of food. That's also one way, what we call a fasting mimicking detox. You can do that. So what are the benefits of detoxification? Very important. Of course, immediately after the detoxification, if you have done it properly and the body is actually been able to detoxify properly, you'll feel much better energy, mental focus. Of course, with that, your immune system will restart producing more of the white blood cells. You'll have a decreased blood sugar, cholesterol, as well as uric acids. Your body becomes more alkaline. Of course, because of the detoxification, because of your colon or your digestive system being able to rest, you will have better digestion. And of course, with better digestion comes improved skin complexion, because also toxins will be excreted through the skin, and you will see and feel a difference when it comes to your skin. And lastly, if you do regular detoxification, then you will notice a reduced amount of fats as well as water retention. So thank you for listening on this segment on detoxification here at the Zeeyu educational system.
Zeeyu introduces a patented herbal tea combination, DETOZEEtea. DETOZEEtea is a combination of dandelion, uvarusi, and stinging nettle leaves. This tea helps detoxify the liver and kidneys, as well as decrease inflammation and water retention while you are asleep. So take your DETOZEEtea before going to bed.
These statements has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.